Hi, I'm Tracy Burt, owner of the Treasure Box Club. I wanted to talk to you about cutting instructions for making your 8x8 album. If you've never done so, before you begin, you should read the 8x8 basic instructions that are available online, which just give an overview of some basic things to keep in mind as you're working on your project. With each month's kit, there are a new set of instructions, and if you'll be sure to look right here before page 1 starts, if there are any special cutting instructions for that month, this is where they will be listed. Or it will tell you here to look for the special cutting instructions, because actually on December's kit in 2009, there are several different cutting instructions. So it says there to turn to this page to look, and here it has a special diagram for each page that's cut differently. But what I mainly wanted to address was the normal way. I like to cut all of my papers before I begin, as it makes the project go much more quickly. And what you do is first place your paper at 8 inches and make your first cut. You'll end up with two pieces, 4x12 and 8x12. You take your 8x12, rotate, and cut it again at 8 inches, giving you your 8x8 base and a 4x8 that can be used for borders or cut in half for two smaller photo mats. And then normally this 4x12 is cut in half at 6 inches so that you end up with two photo mats sized 4x6. I know your photos are also 4x6, but if you leave them this size instead of cutting a 4.5 by 6.5, your paper goes so much further. So just trim a tiny bit off your photo and you'll save a lot of money on paper. Now for special cutting, a huge amount of the special cutting is with striped paper. And where normally you're cutting, you'll do your first cut at 8 inches with the tab coming through. That's how you would normally always cut. And so then this would end up being your two photo mats. However, normally with stripes, you first need to cut off the tab and then rotate it for your first cut at 8 inches. Because your first cut with stripes needs to be going the same way that the stripes are going. And you'll see why in a second. Once you rotate this and cut your background page here at 8 inches so that this is 8x8, what you're left with is your border section having the stripes going horizontally instead of vertically, which when you have it torn and going across your page just looks so much better than if the stripes are going this direction. It's a much better effect. And then according to your instructions, you'll either cut this in half at 6 inches to have two more 6x4 photo mats, or cut it at 8 inches, have one 4x4 photo mat, and then another set of border. Well, that's it. It's really fast and simple. Again, I like cutting them all before I start, so then I just have my piles of different sizes of paper to work with as I go through. But that is up to you. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to send me an email at tracy@thetreasureboxclub.com or post on the message board. Thank you. See you soon.